So until that happens, I guess Jason, Ennis, and I will just talk. So what's up, guys?
Chilling, bro. Chilling.
Jason, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah, I'm
you.
waiting for this thing to show. Ennis, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
And how anyway, we'll get into that in a second because this is the first time. Okay, sweet. So we're on YouTube. All right, so guys, before I introduce you guys who watching us on YouTube, before I introduce these two guys, there are two links in the description of videos that Jason and I have done before, talking about who he is, how we met, about Facebook Marketplace drop shipping. So if this is the first time you've watching us about this topic, you want to after this live, you want to go check out these videos. But anyway, this is Jason. Jason was one of my first inner circle students. We've talked about this before. He introduced me to what he was doing on Facebook. Then we decided to open a live training. And then Ennis, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I've never met this gentleman before, but he's a student of that class. What we're doing here, this is just like a live interview of like how long the class is going and what's actually happening. I'm kind of on the sideline. After Jason and Ennis have the conversation, then I will jump in and ask my own questions, and then we'll open it to question answers for everyone. But anyway, Jason, have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm super excited for this interview. And Ennis, first and foremost, I definitely want to thank you for taking the time out of your day to do this interview with us. It's greatly appreciated. But yeah, why don't you start out by telling us a bit about yourself?
All right, my name is Ennis. I'm from Jersey City, New Jersey. Part-time, been doing in and out of online, e-commerce, dipping and dabbing, but never been successful with it. So I've been watching Mark, watching Jason for a while, and I just know what, let me just take a chance and do this. Mm-hmm. So saved up, put the money up, and started with the course, and the rest is history.
Absolutely, bro. So you did, I noticed you mentioned that you were kind of in and out of e-commerce. Could you give us a bit more about, what experience you have as far as e-commerce is concerned? What platforms did you sell on? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, first I started off with eBay. Mm-hmm. Didn't go well with it. And I was making money at one point, and then everything just went down the drain. Mm-hmm. I did Amazon. Amazon was sweet at one point, and then, you wake up one day, your account is closed.
Yeah.
I did Mercari. Mercari was all right, and the same thing happened. Closed my account down, and it just, I wasn't successful at all with it, and I needed some kind of guideline or some kind of path to follow, and I bought some programs, in terms of dropshipping programs I tried before that was never, it's just, you just buy it and that's it. There's no, there's no support. There's no one you could talk to and get any other advice from how to do certain things. And it's just, you read it for 1 week and then you just throw it out because practically couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I can definitely attest to that. I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on different courses in and out of drop shipping and different business models. You can name it, and there's definitely there's a different science, I guess, or a different feeling to having like a mentor that you can work with more one-on-one personally. So that actually leads into my next question. You mentioned that you sold on eBay, you sold on Amazon, and you sold on Mercari, and essentially all these businesses or these attempts, you had a bit of success, but also you failed. Not, I wouldn't say failed. I don't like saying the word failed, but they didn't work out to what probably the goals that you had set, right? What made you take the chance in investing in yourself once again, but on a new platform such as Facebook Marketplace? Like I guess basically my question is, what made you take that leap of faith with maybe taking the shot with investing in yourself, with taking the shot with me and let's say Mark? What made you do that?
You know what it is I've been watching Mark for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And you know, you have a lot of these guys that just claim they could do this and do that, and in the long run, they're not consistent. You know, it's just a money grab. And Mark has been consistent, and he's bringing you along. I know definitely he has groomed you, and you guys, basically what he does is, in order for you to be around him, based on my observation, you have to have substance. And I watched you a couple of times come online with the interview, and just watching, and just some key words that I was just paying attention to. And that's what just made me decide to just try this, take a leap of faith and try it. And the best part is just having that, when you talked about having a one-on-one the support, which was very, very vital in terms of if you want to run a successful business of having a course. Most of the time, like the other courses I've had before, there's no way of getting in touch with anyone. You could send an email, all you get back is generic response. It's like you're dealing with a robot. And with your course, I actually could talk to you one-on-one, see you face-to-face, and you show me pointers and, you know, tweak this part of certain things in order to make the sell. And so that's why I actually jumped on the opportunity and just took a leap of faith with it.
I want to say one thing, right, Jason? When you first came and showed me, I'm just listening to you guys, Ennis. We never actually had a conversation before, and this is really interesting. So when Jason first came and showed me like Facebook dropshipping and what he was doing and the margins, I was like, that looks insane, and it'll be cool to do a course, but I prefer if it's live, because what the live thing does is that I could have two options, right? I could go through all the information and then test it myself and make sure it works. Or I could make Jason stand behind what he's teaching directly to you guys, right? Because it's one thing to like record videos and throw it up and sell it for $500, $1,000 or $2,000. But there's another thing when someone is willing to like stand up to what he's teaching you guys live and like actually help you, knowing that chances are he can help you to like the profit, right? And like that's important to me, because I know that a lot of the guys watching this and like or buying these courses maybe getting into entrepreneurship as like an option. But me, like I just always had to be I just was always an entrepreneur, right? So I always had to just keep going till it works. And like the live training, I know I'm like rambling a bit, but the live training of what Jason is doing is why I started to show it and share it with you guys immediately, because he has a responsibility to like the 10 people in the class to actually stand behind what you're teaching. And I just think this is cool as shit. But anyway, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, bro. So how long have you been in our marketplace inner circle, the marketplace dojo inner circle?
This is gonna be going on the third week.
Third week, okay.
Yes.
And how much have you made? How much have you made so far, profit wise?
$1,635.
Let me do something. I'm gonna share screen with the actual. Let me see if I can share it. All right, so it's here. So this is the profit sheet. What is it? Explain what we're looking at here, Jason. I'm sharing the screen that you shared in the group, in the free group.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
a link to that free group in the description. But go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. So this what everyone's watching here is the same spreadsheet that I use. I provided it to all of the students in the inner circle. This is a spreadsheet that's going to keep track of your sales, your cost of goods, and as well as just calculate all of your profit. And dude, I'm gonna say right now, like, excuse my language, but holy shit, dude, you have a 71% total ROI for your store. That's literally insane, honestly. And it's like, that's insane, dude. I know I had you and punching these numbers yesterday from all your sales, and you probably have a couple more sales pending, so this is not completely up to date, but this is from last night. And honestly, I'm just blown away. I mean, that's 71% total ROI. I mean, for the store, that's
you're selling a fucking $18 item, a $6 item for $18. Fuck.
Yeah.
And this is the first time I'm looking at this shit, right? And I deliberately look at it for the first time live, because I'm very aware that like most of the shit on the internet is like a fucking TV show. And like, I don't really like that. So like, to actually have you guys on live and me look at this for the first time. Anyway, go ahead, Jason. I'm looking at it and y'all.
No, you're good. I'm honestly blown away. Ennis, would you mind just showing your pending balance? Because we all know, for those that sell on Facebook Marketplace, we know that your pending balance is only items that you have marked as shipped. So obviously you may have some other items that you need to mark as shipped in order for the pending balance to update. But I just want you, if you can live, just kind of show the numbers. You can just show the pending balance on Facebook Marketplace on your account.
All right, let me reach for that right now.
And after you show this, we'll dive a little bit more as far as like your experience so far with the inner circle and the one-on-ones, and we'll talk a bit more about that. And I guess
what you could do, maybe you could take a screenshot of it and put it in the same group in the Marketplace Dropshipping Ninjas group, and then I'll just share that group.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is while you look for that. This is fucking crazy. So
yeah,
you make, and these are the margins you get on Walmart, right? But like the fact that you can just jump on and start selling, and those of you watching this is kind of like for people based in the US and Canada. But $681 profit on $1,600.
Yeah. So a bit of context behind that as well. So yeah, he started the inner circle this is going on to the third week. I did not start teaching product research until the second week. And so really this is a week's sales. So from actually implementing the strategy, am I right, Ennis?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that is correct.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, everyone watching this live, I've done plenty of other businesses in and outside of e-commerce, and there's really no businesses out there that are going to give you this sort of ROI that quick without such a huge risk. I cannot stress that enough.
Ads. You're not running. Are you running? You're not running paid ads, right?
No, I'm not. No, not at all.
Ennis, while you're gonna pull up the screenshot or post it in a group, may I ask, overall, how's your experience so far with the inner circle? What's been your experience?
Oh man, to be quite honest with you, it's really.
By the way, I'm sharing the balance. The balance is on the screen, but go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, it's not even. It's how can I say? A very conducive environment where I'm actually able to learn and I can ask questions as he's teaching. And to be quite honest with you, and the format of Jason's teaching is relatively simple. Nothing complex about it. It's just straight. It's like anyone that has a learning disability in terms of not having a hard time comprehending certain teachings, you can actually learn and grasp it. I mean, instantly. And the best part of it is that it's actually showing you hands-on. I mean, it's showing you the screen, and it's actually showing you his own process. Certain times you have some of these instructors, they'll show you certain things, but they're missing out. They won't show you everything like they're a secret. But it's literally showing you everything. And we're able to we saw his back office. Some people will just sell you a course and won't show you anything like how the way their progress is, how they, how they're making, their ends meet through this. But it actually showed us to us openly, being transparent as possible. And that's the coolest thing I thought that was cool about it, is that being the transparency of it all.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate that you're sharing that, because again, I bought plenty of courses, like I said, in and outside of e-commerce, and I'm not saying everyone does it, but a good majority of people that teach certain things, they keep all the secret sauce to themselves, because they have a scarcity mindset. I believe in abundance. I believe that, I mean, not to get all preachy or whatever, but I believe in abundance, and I believe that there's plenty of money to be made in the world. And just because I teach you how to fish doesn't mean that's going to take away from me. That's the philosophy that I have and the mindset that I have. So going into this workshop,
my mindset is a little between both of you guys. I believe that business is a competition, and even if I teach you motherfuckers how to do the shit, I'm still gonna win. but at least I can give you the actual tools that I use to make money, right? So like even if you like 20% of what I make, and I still have to fight you for the same thing, that's the whole essence of entrepreneurship and business, right? So I'm a little less than scarcity mindset, and like I'm just like, I think I can do the shit, and part of what I want to do as a person is teach people stuff that I wanted people to teach me, and that's like my own thought about this. But sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, all good. So yeah, I mean, like I said, yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, is it risky for me to show my actual account? And you know, I've literally showed you guys, and especially on one-on-ones, I've showed every single one of you, hey, you know, these are the items I'm selling and this and that. But at the end of the day, dude, there's millions and millions of products from different suppliers. I know I'm gonna be successful no matter what, but at the end of the day, like I said, I want to provide value to each and every student that comes on board with the inner circle. And you know, I'm definitely proud of what you've been able to accomplish, Ennis. I know we already have some set goals for you as far as what we want to obtain, and I'm gonna tell you right now, based on these numbers, you're well on your way, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, of course.
So Jason, you want to talk a second about just your 1,600 pending balance thing, and then I'll just take it off, and then we can go back into
a question, Mark. Where am I supposed to send the balance? Are you ready? Because I sent it to you.
No,
he has it pulled up.
No,
he has it pulled up.
Yeah, it's pulled up now. Like they're seeing it on YouTube right now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, so the pending balance is obviously everything that he's waiting to get, you know, sent to his bank account. These are sales that he's made and items that he's marked as shipped from the supplier. Because again, what we're doing here is we're drop shipping. That's what I teach. I show you my exact method, my product research method, hands-on. That's what we do in the inner circle. Yeah, so he has a $1,635 balance waiting to hit his bank account. And this is, again, you have to put in context. Yes, so far this is week number 3, but he really only actually started doing product research and listing on his account since Christmas Eve, probably, I think it was. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now let me ask you, what's the most, if you don't mind me asking, with drop shipping specifically, what was the most amount of money you've made in a day?
Drop shipping
prior to
this drop shipping, maybe $30
or lower. Oh wow, okay. And what's your record day so far? I know you're gonna break the record.
Where was that before? Was it on eBay, Amazon? Where was it?
That was on eBay.
Okay.
And what's been your high sales day so far with Marketplace?
Marketplace, to be quite honest with you, there's days I've made 150, 160 in one day.
Wow.
Just selling maybe 2-3 items.
That's insane. And honestly, that's sort of the regular using my strategy. And I've said this multiple times. I've told every student one-on-one. Yeah, that's insane, dude. I'm definitely proud of you. I'm definitely proud of you, dude, for sure.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, Nadine, I'll text you. I'll get to that in a second. So, you have any other questions for Jason?
I would say, what do you feel is the easiest platform to sell on based on your experience from selling on all those different platforms? What would you say has been the easiest so far, and why?
And to be quite honest with you, I'll say it's Facebook.
Facebook, okay.
Yeah, there isn't much of a restriction at the moment. It's open. And it's not like where you have a big competition, you compete with others. It's like everyone is in your own lane. If you're a seller, you're selling your own, and you're not worried about the competition. And no matter what you put up, eventually it's going to sell because someone will like it and come to you. So unlike Amazon or eBay and the rest of those, you're constantly fighting for the same spot. And there isn't much room. You know, but this with Facebook, yeah, it's a new market. It's definitely new, untouched, untapped. It's still a version, and that's the best thing I like about it because I've not ever in my life seen this insane revenues in one day, ever doing online e-commerce.
Yeah,
I mean, I haven't seen the margin, even the margin for beginners. So, like when you first get into dropshipping. like when I first got into eBay, I wouldn't give a fuck about like the size of the margin, right? Once I'm profitable, I'll make money, and then I'll keep going, and then I'll try to figure out how to make big margins, right? So to look at your profit sheet and know that like this is like the first week and your margins are so fucking insane, it's pretty crazy. Like even I just kind of look at the numbers to like give me an idea how everything works, and that reflects like a whole lot. And like I don't like I could jump on YouTube like, hey, this is an insane opportunity, and which it is, but I'm also weirded out because I've been doing this for 9 years and I've really fucking never seen it before. So it's kind of cool.
It's what Jason has taught us. You know, I followed exactly. And the funny thing about it, I have not implemented all the tricks that Jason has taught us. This is just like the first level of it I've implemented, and I'm getting this. And can you imagine if I now implement everything that he's taught me? Then it's gonna be
right. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but if you're implementing one thing that I would do that shit over and over and over and over and over as much as possible until the growth slows down before you add something else, whatever that is.
Okay.
Like what I've learned in dropshipping is when you find something that works, you want to suck that motherfucker dry as because you don't know what, right? So you don't know if by changing something or going in another direction, something will change and not get you those results. Now, I'm telling you this without knowing exactly what you're talking about, but whatever the fuck you're doing is working, right? So
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm still, honestly, I'm just still blown away. I mean, 71%. You know, that's gonna kind of even out as you get more sales and you start scaling and you get to that $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 profit month mark. But honestly, super impressive because I mean, I think the highest profit margins I had on my store overall was like 52%, and you're blowing that by almost 20%. Right. That's insane, dude. That's literally insane.
Motherfucker selling a $6 product for $18. That's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's definitely amazing, dude. And yeah, like I said, I want to thank you for your time again. And Mark, you want to open up for a Q&A for people watching?
So did you have
questions for him?
I have a couple questions, but guys, smash the like button. In the description, there's a link to the free group where you'll see like screenshots that we post. There's a link to the 2 other videos Jason and I did, and there's also application to the class. The class, Jason is only taking 10 people at a time. That's why it's an application. My hope or my desire is that we replicate this. We continue with Ennis and continue his journey over the next few weeks and see how much he makes, as well as do interviews with other students in the class, the other 8 or 9 students. So we have an actual kind of like, this is not just a show. Like we are actually all real people. This is really fucking interesting. Yeah. I think these type of things is very valuable to share instead of like all the clickbait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's different. It's one thing to see like screenshots, but it's another thing to hear like the story of someone that's actually doing it. You know, you get to see it live. I mean, we have other students in the group making sales, but Ennis is one of them that just kind of like stood out to me because again, a weekend and he's already at over, you know, literally over $600 profit. Insane, super high margins. We're gonna be interviewing, like you said, other students in the group. But yeah, and it's definitely just took the method and ran with it, and I'm super proud of him. So
I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
With this, it also requires you to dedicate your time. You can't do a half-ass and expect something great. So you have to dedicate your time and just put in that work, and then keep searching. Market research, important. Day in, day out, no days off. You know, just put in that work.
How much time you spend a day?
To be quite honest with you, maybe more than 14 hours.
Jesus, that's a lot.
14 hours just
so let me
hanging out.
Respect.
That's insane. So I personally, this is what I think. You can let me know if you agree or not. But I believe that you're spending that amount of time because this kind of takes me back to my early eBay days, and it used to take me, you know, 10, 12, 13 hours for product research. So I believe that may be because, you know, this is something new for you, right? As far as the strategy. But I know for a fact, once you have the strategy down, literally an hour, 2 hours. And I'm not just saying that.
Yeah,
But don't look for that 1 hour, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Please
No,
just
no.
do the same fucking 14 hours a
Yeah.
day. And the
You have
more
to put in
time.
the work.
Yeah, the thing is also is like when you get into that rhythm, it's like you just don't want to stop.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm finding myself doing. It's like I don't want to stop because I just want to keep going and keep going until I just tire
You have that
out.
hunger. Yeah, you have that hunger. Bro, I salute you. I mean, putting 14-hour days, there's not many people that have that type of work ethic. And, you know, like I said, that was me 3-4 years ago on eBay. But once you do this for a while, and again, because this is my strategy, right? This is a strategy I created. I didn't learn this strategy from anyone else. This is a strategy that I created. So obviously I can do it in an hour, 2 hours, or sometimes even less. But like Mark said, don't look for any shortcuts. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. And like I said, bro, I salute you. Putting in 14-hour days, that's insane, dude. You're grinding.
Yeah, there's one thing I remember my father telling me, everything is hard until it gets easy, right? So like when I first started doing product research back in the day, right? Not using any software for eBay, I'm taking like 16 hours to find 10 products, right? And the more and more I do it, the more and more I could look at like an image and know from like the background it's from Amazon or Walmart or Target. I know the type of things that sell from where. I know the type of pricing.
Dude.
I know what fucking free shit. So it's just like after you do it over and over and over, after a few weeks, your time will get cut in half. So it'll go from like 14 hours to 7 hours. And then you'll feel confident in yourself that you could generate sales with this amount of time because you now get a taste of the money, right? So this motherfucker is like, I made $600 in a week. I don't want to fuck this up. Like, it's in the middle of a virus, dude. It's a pandemic. I'm not moving from the fucking computer. I know exactly how you feel, dude. You tried eBay, you tried Amazon, shit got shut down. Like $600. Oh fuck.
That's the stimulus check right there. You just made it in a week instead of waiting for it. But no, exactly what Mark said. That's insane, dude. Like that's literally how it is, guys. For anyone that's new starting in entrepreneurship or just new in e-commerce in general, like when you first start out, and I tell the students, I literally I probably sound like a broken record to my students. Like I'm surprised they don't tell me shut up, but I literally tell them like, yo, when you first start out, you know, it might take you a little longer, but as you keep doing it, it will get easier and easier. And before you know it's like breathing. You know, you can basically print money at this point. So it's crazy that Mark mentioned that. It's
I know
insane.
exactly, dude. I know the exact, like seeing you, Jason, and seeing Ennis. I know exactly where Ennis is. I know exactly what it takes to sit in front of the computer for 14 hours because just like I've been looking for this money a long fucking time.
Nah, look, listen, I'm not just saying this online, but Ennis, you remind me a lot of myself as far as like the work ethic where I was several years ago before I ever made six figures. Like you remind me of that, like just having that drive and that passion to like sit in front of a computer because again, as being self-employed, there's no one that's going to tell you, hey, clock in at this time and do the work at this time. You're in charge of that by yourself. So it's insane.
When I started doing my product research, I had $200. I was living in a party hostel for free on a beach. Everyone around me doing drugs and drinking alcohol. And they're looking at me like a crazy person, like, why doesn't this dude get off the computer? They're literally coming up and offering me drugs. Like, no, dude, I have work to do. I only have $200 in the bank. And I'm only making like $10 a day on eBay. I need to figure this shit out. So I know exactly.
No, it's like that saying. First they ask you why, and then they ask you how.
Yeah.
Literally, they look at you like, yo, this dude's fucking crazy. Like, what's wrong with this guy? And then when they see all that hard work finally pay off, because what success is private victories. All those private victories, all those nights that you spend, you know, losing sleep, struggling, stressed the fuck out. Like that's what success is. It's like that iceberg image. They don't see all this bullshit that you have to go through. They only see the numbers and the success. So it's insane, bro. I can tell you right now, Ennis, you know how your goal's 5K a month. You'll be there in, I want to say, in less than 3 months.
When you get there, when you get there, we need to do that on YouTube because I think what people don't realize, like a lot of the people that we look at for inspiration, they're not trying to inspire any of us. They're just trying to do some shit. And then we look at it and like, wow, these motherfuckers doing some shit. So it's like, it's interesting to be able to show like even this conversation, in fact, I never spoke to Ennis before, is interesting to me. So like people watching this could just see you guys and us as people doing stuff and accomplishing goals, as opposed to like, look at me. You know what I mean? It's a very subtle difference. Anyway, can we go into question and answer, because I see a couple from before. I will click it over. She'll share on the screen, and then all right. So Mark Gonzalez, let me go back up. So let me just share a couple. All right. So what he said, it's not a zero-sum game. Yes, he was talking, and he said there's millions of products to sell. Sweet. Nadine said, Mark, text me. Nadine, I'll text you. Mr. Brown says, trying to get better than 500 profit this week so far. All right. So this is what the question is. How much time does it take to get payment from Facebook?
Yeah, so it can take anywhere between, I want to say it's generally anywhere between seven days and all the way up to 21 days. It just depends. Okay. So the way that Facebook works is you have 3 days to ship the item. Once you have it shipped and it's marked as shipped, it has to be delivered in Facebook's system, as well as obviously the supplier, the tracking,
like tracking number, right?
Yeah, from the tracking. But in Facebook's system, it has to show delivered. From there, it's 5 days, 5 business days. You do not get paid on Saturdays and Sundays. It's only Monday through Friday. That's the way that Facebook works as far as payment.
So if the supply is really fast and you're really efficient, you sell an item, you get they get the tracking the day after, you upload it, you deliver it in like the day after, then 5 days. Yeah, that's why I said this. All right.
Yeah, you're looking at 7 to 8 days max. Yeah.
All right. Humble Reform says, how hard is the work? Let's get that from Ennis. Yeah.
You want to answer that?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's not hard at all. You just need to know, just come up with an idea how you're going to attack it, and then you just go for it. Just simply market research. To me, it feels like it's like a rabbit hole. It just keeps going deeper and deeper and deeper as you keep searching for products, and you find them more and more. It just blows your mind. So that's why when we mentioned it's about 14 hours, because you just don't want to stop. It's just, but it's really not hard at all. It's simple. Simple.
Let me ask, because I actually forgot to ask earlier. How many listings do you have up on your store currently since starting?
To be quite honest with you, I lost count, but it's over 100 now.
Over 100.
I'm doing more than 20 or 30 listings a day.
Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome, because I know I set you a goal of 10 a day minimum, but that's awesome, dude. Now, a question tying into that, you mentioned that you have about 100 or so. When did you start seeing that your account is started getting consistent sales? Do you know at what number of listings?
Maybe I'll say maybe around 50 to 75.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when it started picking up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first 2 to 3 days, if you go in at 20 or 30 a day.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was slow, and you just you start having doubts, but then when it starts kicking, oh man.
You having doubts when it's not, when you don't get a sale and when you don't find an item that fits your criteria. When those things happen for too long, you're like, I'm not sure if this shit is going to continue working. And then either you find items that would sell, or something sells, like, okay, this shit's still working. Let me keep it going.
The thing about it is it's like you might go a whole day, you might not get a sale. Towards the end of the day, that's when it's like it becomes a rush. It's like everyone is rushing to just buy. So you're gonna have those days where it's slow, but eventually, so far for me, I've gotten sales every day.
I want to say something. Let me ask you something. If this is a kind of strange question, if we weren't going through this pandemic, right? Would you be locked in your house and like put it in the 14 days? And this is not a judgment thing, right? Yeah. But you think you would have been here? Like, you think you would have been sitting locked in the house doing 14 hours in a day doing product research?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought. And I think that's cool as fuck. Because a lot of the times we look at like this pandemic thing and like there's a lot of negative involved in it, right? Like there are a lot of people dying, like people losing their fucking minds, they can't go to gym, all this shit. But the fact that like we are here now and you are forced to stay the fuck at home, but you're using that time 14 hours because you're home to maybe not ever have the success online, I think it's cool as fuck. So like I know this is kind of cool shit I think about. Sorry.
Yeah, this backstory to it is that the stuff I was doing, like it was just mediocre stuff. I was helping someone run their business, but with the pandemic, it just destroyed the whole entire thing.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, to me, I see it as it's sort of like a blessing.
Yeah.
To now for me to now refocus, you know, and actually do what I need to do, and this was the perfect timing for me to actually get into this, and there's no going back.
It's cool as fuck, dude. Yeah.
Your story is very you shared more in detail when we had our one-on-one, and your story is a really interesting and good one, and it's awesome.
I respect it. This is cool as fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
I definitely want to do more of these in the future for sure.
All right, Mr. Brown says, and I don't know if you want to share this or not. What's your best supplier? Do you want to share this, Jason, or no?
I don't care. One of my best suppliers is Amazon.
All right, sweet. Chris Soto says, can I dropship on Marketplace outside the US? What do you know about
that? It's tricky. Yes and no. You could partner with someone in the US.
Yeah, but basically,
if you're in Canada,
you need Canada.
Yeah,
but outside you can't trick Facebook. It's not like you're talking about getting
IP address is not going to work. Yeah, IP address is not going to work. Facebook's too smart for it. But the only way you can drop ship on Marketplace outside of the US is if you partner with someone in the US or if you live in Canada. That's it.
All right, nice. And that's interesting too, because a lot of the competition on eBay and Amazon comes from sellers outside the US, right?
Yeah.
Like myself. So it's interesting that the Facebook Marketplace competition is limited to US sellers. So that's another reason why the supply might stay low and this will last long. So that's cool as fuck. Franklin said he messaged on Slack about the Walmart account. Franklin, I'll have Fernanda message you. If you look at the generals group, you'll have seen a lot of people getting approved now. So we should have a response for you in the next day or two. I'll have Fernanda message you. Eric Sapola says, what's up, fellas? What's up, Eric?
What's up, Eric? What's up, bro?
Max says, Facebook is for real. I started this month as well. I did $700 in sales with 24 margins, only selling 2 items. Good fucking job, dude.
Yeah, good shit.
And smash the like button, guys, and look in the description for all this stuff. All right, so Chris said he got shut down. All right, so Lisa Walters asked, are you shipping these items or local? Are you guys shipping it out? Are you shipping it out to people, or are you like handing it to them locally? I guess that's the
I'm shipping out, non-local.
Okay. Same for you, right?
Yeah, same for me. But this is, I think, maybe I was telling either you or another student. There's little tricks to make local sales while still drop shipping. But that's, we'll keep that for just the course members.
Yeah,
that's the dose of.
Yeah, that's just a little bit of the sauce. But that's the wonderful thing about Marketplace is like you get the shipping feature and you just take off drop shipping with that. But you can also make a crap ton of money selling locally as well and just doing both. But what I teach primarily is just drop shipping.
Okay, sweet. Ryan said yes. Veronica said to call her. Veronica, I'll jump on Slack after this live and then give you a call. Ryan said it's easy in the US. Mark Gonzalez. I know who Mark is. He does Walmart and Amazon. He said, any software in Facebook, I'm lazy.
Nope. There's currently, as of right now, there's no software to automate Facebook. You can integrate, and let me not say integrate because you can't integrate, but you can use certain softwares that I recommend, but there's none currently that's going to automate Facebook. So it's very, I don't even want to call it labor. Like it's not labor intensive, but it takes work.
Yeah,
And
and I think that's the cool
some of
thing.
it's
I think that's
tedious.
cool as fuck.
Yeah, some of
The
it's
work
tedious.
and
But
it being tedious and it being new is what makes it exciting to me. I
yeah,
actually feel like it's the beginning of eBay before they had all the software and all the shit.
yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see where Facebook's going to be in 1 to 2 years as far as the marketplace is concerned. So, yeah.
All right, so Don, we'll get it done quickly because we've been on for 44 minutes. But yeah, Don said, how long do you have to
I
wait to
think
get paid from Facebook? We
yeah,
covered that earlier live, but you could do a quick summary, Jason.
7 to 8 days if you have fast delivery
Right. So
from your
basically,
supplier.
you get paid 5 days after it shows that your item was delivered.
Yep.
All right. Do you recommend working with a U.S. supplier to cut down on delivery time, even though COVID has caused U.S. less delayed too? You
Yep.
only use U.S. suppliers, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if I ever was to try to even like use a supplier outside of the US, I would order the products into my household and ship them out myself if I found a hot seller, but then that wouldn't be drop shipping. So, yeah, only US suppliers.
Yeah, because you have 3 days. Like you have 3 days to upload the tracking number or something.
Yeah, has to be quick. But we have a technique that we teach in the inner circle as well. You know, sometimes you need to bypass that, but it is what it is.
Okay.
We teach that in that's for course members only.
And guys, the course is live 4 weeks. Jason, where the training is live. Jason answers questions. The class only has 10 people, and there's an application description to apply to be part of the class. And you need how much you need to how much credit or cash you need to properly dropship on Facebook, Jason, you think?
I mean, honestly, you can start with whatever amount. It just depends on your goals. I mean, I know Ennis wants to do 5K in a relatively quick time. He wants to do 5K a month. He's well on his way to do that. In order to do 5K, he needs, with his margins, I mean, he just needs to do 10K in sales. So, I mean, I don't want to. Yeah, I mean, I would say you could start out with like 500 to 1,000. Just the more capital you have, the faster you can scale. Like this dude Ryan that said he did 16K in 2 months, which is amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, just Ryan said I made 16K in 2 months using Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Humble said, "You all operating it through an LLC or no? It's just a personal."
I personally do. I don't recommend getting. You don't really need an LLC unless you're making 6 figures, honestly. And even then, it's kind of not really. You're better with like an S corp, so you can kind of pay your. I'm not getting into that.
But
to
no.
a tax consultant, but
so
yeah.
No, you don't need an LLC to do this.
Yeah. The simple answer is no. You don't need an LLC. It's just at your discretion. Oh, okay. He made 12K. I mean, Ryan, that's still fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah,
good shit.
In 2 months. So this, Mr. Browns, are you going to use wholesale drop shipping supplies in the future?
So I actually use wholesalers for some of my items on my store. I teach this to the students as well, how to find them, things like that. But for right now, using your everyday, Walmart, Amazon, Home Depot, the big 3, you'll make tons and tons of money selling on marketplace using those suppliers. But if you want to diversify yourself and kind of maybe, again, there's not much competition on marketplace, but if you kind of want to set yourself away from the pack, then that could be something that you could implement on your own time and, work on doing that.
And let me say something to that question. A lot of people ask about what you're going to do next, right? How I approach drop shipping is this. There are marketplaces that have traffic. There are ways to find items to sell. There are not that many variables. If what I'm doing right now is working, I'm going to do it as long as possible, as long as they allow me. I have the information, how to find wholesalers, how to find other suppliers. I'll go there when I exhaust this pot that I have. But it's a weird, in my opinion, to last long-term in drop shipping, you have to be ready to change, and you have to not be planning too far ahead and ignore the money that's in your hands, right? Because a lot of people would be listening from these big 3 and spend time worrying about looking for wholesalers and spend hours looking for wholesalers, and then just not be listening more and making $20,000 a month, which would, even if the shit blows up, you still have, hopefully, if you spend properly 30, 40, 50 grand in the bank, so you could just stop drop shipping for a month, get wholesalers, and build a whole other business. You see what I'm saying? So I I'm very wary about how people ask those questions because it's cool to think about the future. But if you're making cash flow today, just make as much as possible, and then just be responsible in how you spend the money, so that you can make like future moves, right?
Yeah, just apply the 80-20 rule. Focus on the 20% that's making more than 80% of your income. That's honestly what you need to apply. Someone asked if there's any seller fees. Currently, as of right now, no. But after January 3rd, Facebook will start charging 5%
5%.
selling fees. Yeah, 5%, which is
that's sweet.
super
Which
low.
is a lot.
Yeah,
That's lower than any other platform, and with the margins that Ennis has already, it's not like you giving up 15% on Amazon or 50 on Amazon, eBay, or Walmart at 15%, and then the margins you have are like 50%. Even if you drop by 5, you're still good. So that's sweet.
Yep, exactly.
All right, guys. So let's wrap it up. If you guys, because it's almost an hour, I've been like enjoying family time and shit. So I want to get back to that. So like,
same.
If there's one thing you want to say to these guys, Ennis, before we go, and you too, Jason, before we go.
No, again, I just want to thank Ennis for taking the time out of his day to do this interview. And again, bro, I've said this plenty of times, but I'm proud of you. And we're gonna get you to that. Well, you can get yourself, right? Because you're gonna put in the work. But yeah, I appreciate your time, dude. And everyone else that's watching as well on New Year's Eve.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to thank you too, Mark, Jason. You know, you guys have been an inspiration, and I've been watching you guys for a while. Anyone that's in my situation that's watching this and you're having doubts, don't have any doubts. Just try it. You know, you invest in yourself, and you're going to see the result. And what I'm showing you just a week of a results, and I look forward to showing you more and more. But definitely, Jason is the guy to definitely to have as a guru or a mentor to actually get you to where you need to go. Yeah, this is my sensei.
Yeah, sensei. There you go.
Yeah. So appreciate the time, and it's a pleasure.
And you too, Ennis. I appreciate for you being on here sharing. A lot of people are like weirded out about opening up on the internet and stuff, but like I think these live conversations are really important, guys. It's like the video. It's New Year's Eve. My hope is that going into 2021, we'll continue to share this type of stuff. Again, the class in the description. There's a link to the free group. There's an application to the class. None of the classes are going to have more than 10 people. Because, like, again, the advantage of having live classes and having one-on-one is so when you have doubts and when you use little changes, Jason will be there to help you guys. And yeah, let me know if you're watching this after the live. Let us know in the comment section what you want to see. I'm going to start drop shipping out of a Facebook account myself from scratch with Jason's help. So I'll show you guys that as well. Thanks for your time. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All that good stuff. All right,
and one thing I have to say is that when you're in the course once you join the course with Jason, and if you have any doubts, send any message, and his quick response is really fast. He responds right away. So that's one thing I have to give up to him, that he really takes his time and pays attention to his students. So definitely, I appreciate that if you join the course.
All right, sweet. All right, thanks a lot, Ennis. All right, guys, have a good one.